Hello, my name is Quincy Gao. I am the co-creator of Ed's Whale, a documentary about Edward Lti. Edward Lti is a poet from Lansing, Michigan, who is very popular in the area and well known. This is a film project about him and his life and his poetry and his writing. And yeah, for those of you who don't know Eddie, I'd like to introduce you. And for those of you who do, I hope you enjoy this, and if you do, please share away, help us get the word out, and thank you. The extended preview of Ed's Whale.
It was New Year's basically in the beginning of 2008 that I was sitting there, and I wanted to have some direction to go with my business, with like t-shirts, with something. I had this focus, and there's this whole energy in like just everywhere around because Obama had just been elected. We were like entering this new phase of reality for everyone. But I wanted just one symbol. I don't know if I got any of that last stuff recorded. So, anyway, I just got back into the
the state of Michigan. I'm headed towards Lansing, of course. It's May 20th. No, it's May 25th, 1997. It's a Sunday. It's Memorial Day weekend. 3 days until my birthday. Just got back from Yellowstone. It's been a fairly interesting ride. This morning I woke up in Aaron Omar's living room and I didn't even know where I was. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Then I saw Aaron and I realized where I was. I wonder if that'll happen tonight. Like, tomorrow morning I'll wake up and be like, where the fuck am I? Probably. You never can tell.
There's no way that there could not have been a movie made about Ed. There was too much about him and about his life that needed to be told, because there's so much of it that's kind of unbelievable to me, even though I was there for some of it, that I feel like it would have to be there would have to be a movie made about it, you know.
I just always remember Eddie with his hat with the bill like down to here almost, like, you know, covering his face, and the big pants, and just, I don't know, he was always, I always thought Eddie was kind of cool, I guess. I don't know, he always seemed pretty, like, kind of hip. It's probably not hip to say hip, but I always thought he was kind of hip, you know. I was like, he's got style.
You know, like one of the Macy's Day floats. Like where they've got Underdog, or like Clifford the Big Red Dog, or like, you know, Mickey Mouse or Mighty Mouse. One day to see Walter as a blimp, like, or a float, like coming down the streets of New York.
Mass evacuation of realistic expectations, masking imagination with realistic expectations. Southward motion is an explosion, backed up with quaking earth. Most pollution, deconstructing constitution, but from ruin there is birth. Born again but not alive, stuck within my own demise. Propped on my chin with open eyes, fighting through all these lies. Burns and bruises, damaged flesh, simple truths become complex. Nail and tooth to pass the test, from the roots to the apex. Challenges rise to meet me, embrace each one completely. In the face of this adversity, I overcome victoriously.
He had that deep presence, that deep voice when he'd speak to you, and he always impressed me with seeming older than he was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, this kid knows something, or he just seemed wise beyond his years. They go between that and electricity.
I'm ready when you are.
The latest chapter of life's rich pageant is coming to a close in the next several hours. The last few weeks have been a whirlwind of pandemonium and chaos, stretching the imagination of emotion, vastly and with curious discernment from moment to moment. The time has spanned segments of synaptic blasts, brightly with beauty and majesty, while also encompassing the depths of sadness. Untimely and regretfully, many miles have been traveled to acquire memories thoughtfully, and with each recorded significantly internally. It is still the remarkable secret trapped in a puzzle waiting to be discovered in the truth of a new day. The deaths, birthdays, graduations, and celebrations have moved in and out of heartfelt momentums, hugs through tears draped in quivering lipped gasps. The late night laughter of old friends and the weeping words have occurred to echo in the chasms of our mental abysses. the sharing of securities in the presence of the pleasant companions we have walked many journeys with, and the instances are gifts that we relish in. These are the experiences we distribute amongst those we love and cherish, the prominent caretakers of our allocated occasions, through inspections to detect necessity, insights of open relevance, delicately surrendered explicitly, because it is the way we thrive and breathe in actuality. The summation of our life's significance is the winning wonderment of its briefness, sweetness, uniqueness, and ultimately, complete bliss.
Eddie was one of those guys that I immediately was drawn to and talked easily with and spent many, many hours laughing and thinking out loud.
He can talk to anybody, and he does talk to anybody. Like when I would see him at the bar before we started dating, he would just move from person to person to person and just be talking to everybody, but give them their time, you know. He would like actually talk to them and have a conversation with them and relate to them rather than just, oh, hi, how are you? Like, the weather's nice. Okay, next person, like, hi, how are you? So he could have intimate conversations with so many different people and all on the same night, and he wanted to.
We have a large family, and when the kids got together and there were certain toys that were the favorites, it could get a little scrappy at times, but Eddie seemed to always be there to be the monitor, and he would change the mood by saying, hey, here, you can have this toy, or
the much like bigger picture of what you could do with a Walter. Like if a little kid grows up with a Walter stuffed animal and says, I like whales because of this, and more whales are saved and kept from being like killed for their meat and to eat them and stuff like that, like just because they had this toy in this story when they were little, that would be like one whale saved would be worth all of the story for me.
You always knew that you could have a good conversation, and that he always had some sort of idea to share with you. You knew you were never alone because he was always there.
I was really here. Come on, we'll have a conversation. Look, I'm making them move. Look, see, I'm making them move. Like indentations on them. How would that have gotten there otherwise? But I can edit like all the footage that I have together and make a storyline out of it.
What is the story going to be?
I have no clue.
So how did you first meet him?
East Lansing, like everybody. Bumming around, up to no good. Too little adult supervision, too much cigarettes, too much booze, too much free time. Not getting in a whole lot of trouble because we didn't get caught. We were interesting kids. We weren't the worst kids you could be around, but we were by no means good.
We are in downtown East Lansing, remnants of what used to be Fountain Square. I mean, I guess there's still a fountain here, so it's still technically Fountain Square, but they have filled it in. It used to be what you'd see in malls in the 80s, little pits cut in the ground with stairs, railings and stuff. Had a chess table set up in the middle. We used to come out here and play euchre and not use it for chess, but this is where all the kids hung out in East Lansing. Fountain Square. This was the other half. This used to have a roundabout here. Drive that came through and people would park here. If you scored one of these parking spots, you were the bee's knees, because you were right in front of everywhere you needed to be. You could park here, you could see who was in Cafe V, you could see everybody hanging outside of Pinball Pizza, you could see who was in Fountain Square. So this was the prime real estate in the park. Saffron used to be Cafe V. Actually, Firehouse and Saffron used to be Cafe V, right? My memory is escaping me. Spartan Spirits is still going strong, which is kind of weird. Please no videotape.
What did you do? What did you used to do at Cafe V?
Smoke cigarettes, look cool, drink coffee. Although I really didn't drink coffee, I just hung out. You would invariably always find at least 2 hacky sack circles going on here almost at all times. and there were more trees. They got rid of trees and put in lampposts. So, boo nature, yay safety. What is now Pino's used to be Bilbo's, the best place for pizza in town. It also helped that all of our friends worked there, so we could get served alcohol before we were 21.
And restructuring the sentences so that it'll all flow. Like I have to take it from the top and read it and then add the sentence in. And then as I get it, then I'll know how each one will lay out so that when I put my illustrations, they'll just be like, oh, this page is going to show the fish with his eye closed, like squinting. It's time for a new track. It's time for a new track. Let's see. What could I tell a story about? What could I possibly dream about in the time that I have to spit this single rhyme? Well, I'm just waiting for it to break in a little bit more. Cause it's gonna start rolling off my chin like another day. I could display another way. I'm thinking of everything that's going through my mind and the time is being. I'm trying to find the words that I'm looking for. I'm trying to find the score that I need to explore and implore. And then when I get it off of this chest, I'm the best when it comes to rhymes. I try to find things in the time that I do. I'm trying to just get off the couch and then make my way through the door and get outside. I'm trying to get back into my own ride. I'm trying to get the alcohol out my system. I'm trying to get my fist in the rhythm. I'm trying to get everything that I can do, that I can be, that I see in this reality. But this existence I believe is the eternity that I'm always swimming in. I'm trying to get my grin again. I'm trying to find the women. I'm just trying to do what I've got to do. I've got things that I've got glued to my mind. I got ideas that could expand everybody's reality that I try to perceive within. And then when I'm going, I'm trying to get a little flow on. I'm just trying to get the TV screen out of my mind because it's what I am being. I'm trying to get out of this. I've got my dog out in the grass in the driveway. I've got my fucking feet on the ground and I'm kinda sweaty. And I'm just the guy named Eddie. I'm just somebody else that you know. I'm just trying to carry on with the flow.
I mean, Eddie loved poetry, even from an early age. I don't know where it is, but I have a book of poems that we're both in, and they're both awful, like middle school. I'd be embarrassed to have them read. But we had this great English teacher who really fostered, I can't remember her name either, but really fostered like, self-expression in a really real way. And Eddie and I both, I think, latched on, and we shared a lot of poetry in there, and with a lot of other people. Peter James was another big person. Brandy Phillip also was really inspirational. Leif Peterson, who was also really. These were all older people that Eddie and I looked up to as poets, and these were actually they were writing really good poetry at that point. Eddie and I were writing oh, this girl broke my heart, and and then all the darkness poetry and all that stuff, and I forget what the question was now.
Be forewarned, you might want to roll all day. Like, seriously. I just asked Jennifer to marry me, and she said yes. So, you kind of got me on a fire day.
Wait, say that again?
I just asked Jennifer, my girlfriend, to marry me, and she said yes. So...
One, without two, you can be quite lonely. My love for women will remain, but my affections for the one woman is the thought I entertain. In the vast regions of my brain, where ideas are constrained, I still wish to ascertain the one that complements what's contained. not a darkness, but light. With slight shades of gray, an interlude to the exactitude of the balance. I wish to exchange. I appreciate the parts some may see as flaws. I am jawed by the reality that these factors are laid as law. I construct images in my head, but the dreams are reams of paper scribbled on by dulled leads, the aspects made of vapor. What I tried to define, I'll never find. But when the person I seek, I see. Truth becomes sublime. I'll give witness to one, and she will be the only. Till death do us part, without a doubt, I won't be lonely.
On Saturday, I asked Jennifer to marry me and she said yes. And we are going to get married on May 25th, 2013, which is over Memorial Day weekend.
Few days before your birthday.
A few days before my birthday, but not even a full month after your birthday.
Okay, so it's
In between our birthdays.
but closer.
Way closer to mine. But it's in May and you want to have dandelions. Because there will be lots of dandelions in bloom in May. So
yes.
So May is a good time to do the wedding.
Then he sees a bird perched on a rock. And that bird that's perched on the rock all of a sudden flies away, well, like in the next scene. And Walter had never seen anything fly. And he knows he can't just go up into the sky. To see the bird have that freedom to not only be able to be on land, but to be in the sky, gives Walter the idea of why he would want wings.
I always talked about how cute he was and how funny he was and everything, so he ended up asking me to hang out on Labor Day and after work, and we went to Leroy's for our first date. So after that point, I think it was pretty much every day until he had a trip, like maybe 3 weeks or something. So every day for 3 weeks we saw each other and just kind of kept going in that route. So
I think I remember him telling me that he when he first started going out with Jennifer, he told her, I don't remember the exact words, but he said something to the effect that he was probably going to end up getting cancer and poop in a bag, and then she wouldn't want to see him anymore, and that'd be the end of it. And I think she told him, well, you start pooping in a bag, I'm out of here.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm okay. How are you doing, Quincy?
Horrible.
Yeah? Why is that?
Do you want to talk about what we're going to do?
Not really.
No?
Not be very talkative.
I understand.
Open. He said it looks like the place is closed, but I don't know. Okay, today is May 25th, 2013, and it is Saturday, and it was supposed to be the day that Eddie and I were supposed to get married. So I took the day off work and have been trying not to be depressed. I mowed my lawn and now I'm getting a tattoo. It's a dandelion and a daisy. It's cute.
You can have the press, right?
It's a dandelion and a daisy. For our wedding, we were supposed to have dandelions because that's my favorite flower. Yes, it is a flower. It is not a weed. And daisies were the one that Eddie wanted. And so those are supposed to be the two flowers that we were going to have at our wedding. So that's why I picked to do that, just to kind of, I don't know, if I can't get married today, then I still want to kind of remember everything and just remember that we were supposed to do that, and that I definitely wish that that's what I was doing. So that's why I'm here getting a tattoo. It's kind of to remember what today was supposed to be, but not in a depressing way, I guess. And that's it. I thought about what I might say earlier, but then I started crying. So I don't want to go down that road. But yeah. That's amazing.
Glad you dig it. But she never left his side for a second.
Alright, this is Edward Lti live right after shaving his face. Clean, smooth, 1997, December 6th, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What else can I say? I mean, I just broke a 3-month-long term of having a beard and now I don't. And don't regret a fucking second of it. Fucking rock on, peace out, and all that jazz. Thank you very much for taking your time to observe.